few weeks ago, I went to the school that's nearest to the house where I live. I got all the readers from the 1st to the 6th grade. And I found out as I read 2,500 pages, not one story based on the Bible, not one story with a moral or character teaching to it. The stories today in the schoolroom are stories that are some Jack and the Beanstalk stuff. Something of the men of Mars going to invade this country. Some Frankenstein monsters to terrorize your children in the night. The school system, ladies and gentlemen, are footmen running loose against your children and my children today. Not only that, in my father's day, children were taught to be patriotic, to love their country, to stand for the United States of America. Not in the schoolroom today. They are taught that the United Nations is more important than the United States. They are taught patriotism toward a one world government. Not only that, the school children are not teaching your boys and girls today integrity and honesty and work as the means by which to make a living in society. Always, the squirrel has been considered as an animal very industrious, an animal that gathered his nuts in the summertime in order that in the wintertime he'd have some nuts when the snow was on the ground. But in 1956, in a first grade reader entitled Our New Friends, published by Scott Forsman and Company, notice the date, 1956, this version of the squirrel story appeared. In this story, the squirrel played all summer long, and when the first snow of winter fell, he suddenly realized he didn't have any nuts. So he said, what can I do? Then he remembered that a little boy by the name of Bobby, who lived in a white house on the hill, had visited his nut tree that summer and had gotten some of his nuts. He went to the White House on the hill, gave a squirrel call, the door opened, and out rolled a nut. The moral to that story is, if you want something, go to the White House on the hill and ask for it. Ladies and gentlemen, 11 years later, which would have been last summer, these first grade boys and girls in 1956 did that in America, and they said, you'll give it to us or we'll burn your country down. Where'd they learn it? Back in the school books in 1956. What am I saying to school today? In its teaching is not for God. It's running against the things you're trying to teach your children about God. It's evolution from beginning to end, but not only the school system. The television programs are running after your children today. They're dead set and outrunning you, bringing your children down to a character that was not taught by you and which you did not want them to have. I wonder how many of your boys and girls have as a major hero the man named Tarzan on television. He's the hero of most boys and girls. Yet, ladies and gentlemen, Tarzan is 5'6", undressed. He doesn't have much clothes on, and every boy and girl feels to be a hero, they got to pull their clothes off. Not only that, I wonder how many of you saw the doctorate program in October 1967. This is a program that children all over America watch because of the animals there. Yet notice what Doctor said. He made the statement, you give enough monkeys, enough typewriters, and enough time, and one of them will eventually come up with a King James version of the Bible or the works of Shakespeare. Did you hear that? They said your Bible that you read and study in church and at home, they tell your children it's monkey business. Even a monkey could produce the King James version of the Bible. Are you willing to let the television get your children? Are you willing to let the liquor crowd have your children? They tell us now that by the time children finish high school, 75% already are drinking. Are you willing to throw in the towel and say to the recreation crowd, to the television crowd, to the school crowd, you can have my children. I don't care if you stay out after 11 o'clock. I don't care if you run around to the dances. Just go ahead. Are you tired of trying to push the enemy back in behalf of your children? If you are, ladies and gentlemen, just wait a little while. There'll be a horseman come along directly who'll destroy your children completely. Are you willing to give in to the miniskirt crowd and say to the children, just do what you want to do? And if so, just hang around, and a little later, they'll be along. Do you realize that in many schools today, in high school, a boy or a girl cannot be a cheerleader or a majorette unless she's willing to have sexual relations with the boys? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, our schools are intent on tearing down Christian moral and Christian character in behalf of your children.